people. Oh, there we go, recording. But is a passion for financial freedom, to be completely debt-free and to be able to travel wherever she wants, whenever she wants. So that means that she's an expert, because she's got a very strong why, her reason, into joining and presenting Gift of Legacy this evening. So for now, I'm going to hand over the mic to Thandy, and you'll hear from me a bit later.
Yes, thank you very much, Tim. Good evening, everyone. I'm so privileged to share the stage with Tim Wagner, and most of you know him. That he actually worked in hospitality for 27 years. Tim has got like the experience. If you want to know anything about hospitality, that's the guy for you. So he actually just decided to know what, until 2018, he doesn't want to deal with that anymore. And he became happily unemployable after firing his last boss. Can you imagine? Do you have the guts to fire your last boss? Let's hear that from everyone. But Tim did, and he decided to pursue his profit from his own businesses, and it's far exciting than just earning a salary from a job. He is now a digital nomad and travels South Africa. As you heard us earlier, that he loves traveling, and actually traveling, not alone, guys. He traveled with his wife and his beautiful 2 kids. And you know what? They just decided to sell their homes and put all the positions into the storage, decided they want to know where they actually from. You know, Tim is not just a travel person, but he also is interested in the personal, his interest is in personal development and also online businesses, where his passion is in sharing his knowledge to help others reach their goals. He says his values are health, wealth, and education. So that is why Gift of Legacy is all about. So you don't want to just be wealthy, but also you want to be healthy as well. That's very important. That's Tim, and so before we actually go ahead, Tim, you share the screen, or is it Chris sharing the screen?
There we go. I'm going to be running the screen for you, Thandy. So go ahead. If you need me to speed up or slow down, just tell me.
All right. So just checking if there's any people that are new, they're coming for the first time. If you're coming for the first time, you know that you are loved. You know that somebody really care about you. That's why you're here. So I just want to tell everyone that I want you to relax. I know most of us are load shedding, so ours just came back. So, but you know what? Relax as I take you through the gifting activity that creates abundance. Remember, this is by invitation only. Let us color the world together. So what is, just an introduction about Gift of Legacy. It is a gifting activity with an incredible algorithm built in so that everyone, including you and I, can ride the boat of abundance. So now this is no longer kept secret, because you already, most of over 93 countries know about this. So let us change the world together, as millions of people worldwide actually change their life financially and health and otherwise. Are you ready? So a new economic program is arising out of breakdown of the top-down economic model that accrues vast wealth to 1% of humanity, while billions of people struggle to live. So this is why, as Gift of Legacy, that we really love to change that percentage, because it's very low. Only 1%. Really, we want to cut down on that. And socially responsible investing is highly profitable, and we are growing beyond current monetary structure. I've learned now about the new forms of complementary currencies that are emerging, cryptocurrency, Bitcoins. We're learning all about the onlines, and Tim is one of the people that really know about this. So they've been teaching him and Valisa, they've been teaching about the crypto. So it's something that you need to learn about it as well. It's all about sharing, caring, gift economies, and self-sufficient community living, and arising as people join together to survive instead of thriving rather than competing. So we're not really people that compete here. We're here to complement one another. We're here to share care so that we can actually thrive together. So either you will join together for ecological civilization in the next few years, or we will become extinct. That's Evan Laszlo. So this is why we don't want to be dormant and extinct. We really want to change the situation in our lives. So just a disclaimer, this presentation is for information sharing only and is not be construed as financial advice. Neither myself, nor Tim, nor Gift of Legacy are registered financial or tax advisors. This information is given only intended to give example of what a participant may expect. So who is Gift of Legacy for? Do you believe in the principle of sowing and reaping? Do you believe if you give, you shall receive? Do you enjoy blessing someone that you don't even know? Do you want to take control of your life? Like myself, I said, I want to be debt free. I want to take control of my life. Do you enjoy helping others succeed in life? By helping others, you'll be helping yourself. If this is you, if your answer is yes, then you are ready to get started. So there are key elements of Gift of Legacy. We're talking about global gifting activity. There's no limit of borders. And now with members in it's over 93, I think 93 countries, and we're still growing. We're growing daily. It's uplifting communities and also ourselves. So we're creating abundance and self-development. You heard me talking about Tim as well, that is actually into development as well. We're learning a lot about it. I've learned more about crypto as well. So it's something that I have to thank Gift of Legacy community for helping us learn more about this. So it's a sacred economics. It's financial gifting has been used around the world for centuries. So in Africa, we have Ubuntu culture. So it's actually in Nguni in Zulu, which means that umuntu ngabatu, mutu kimutu ngabatu. You are because I am because we are. We are the community that help each other. We thrive together. So traces to the history of money from ancient gifting economies has been around. So it's 100% legal. So it's off of the mainstream system for decades. So you have nothing to worry about. So it has blessed millions. Sharing of wealth into hands of many. So millions of dollars get shared globally amongst people annually, monthly, weekly, even daily. Tim, I'm sure you know people here in Gift of Legacy that are really receiving gifts every day. Isn't that amazing? So we're giving hope, education, blessing people into abundance globally. So we learn every day and we help each other every day. So it is decentralized, no company, institution, broker, no trader. So an interactive website managing the movement of bots into gifting community. So all you need is computer, smartphone, and also you need to be connected with the internet. So you need to have a WhatsApp, Telegram, and also an email so that you can communicate with anyone in the world. So it's peer-to-peer, means person to person, myself to Tim. So which means the gift gets paid directly to you into your account. For example, I land as a gifter. My name is Thandy, and Tim at that particular board, he's a legend. So I called Tim. I said, "Hey Tim, I just landed on your board as a gifter. How do you like to receive your gift?" Tim says, "Thandy, are you in South Africa? I'm a South African as well. Here's my bank account," and I pay directly to his account. You know, the whatever that he preferred into the crypto, whatever, but he gives me an option to say, "Hey, pay into the account." So there is no third party controlling any money. So no token on the platform, 100% risk-free. So it's perpetual. It means ongoing, non-stop, passive, perpetual gifting, perpetual receiving. This is happening over and over and over for generation to come. So you can even transfer into your generation, your grandchildren can take over from that. That's how amazing perpetual is. So gift of legacy is more than just a gifting activity. We help each other grow and succeed while supporting each other and uplift one another. We work here as a team. We gift from your heart, you share the love, guide your team, and you become the legend. By doing so, you're building the legacy. So we are the community with the same goal. I'm sure you joined this presentation because you have the same goal that Gift of Legacy community has. So we want all of us to change lives. So maybe you're asking yourself, Thandy, I hear you. And how do I do it? I want to do it now. So relax, my brother, my sister, because Tim is going to show you an amazing. So right now, I want you to put on your safety belt because he's going to blow your mind with these big numbers. Relax. It is happening. And I just want you to pay attention and listen exactly what Tim is going to tell us. My brother, Tim, so
thank you.
Over to you.
Fantastic. Appreciate that. Wonderful. A lot of very, very valuable insights and points there. And if perhaps you're like me, where you've been scammed before, you've lost money in online businesses or platforms or something along those lines, many, many people that I know have, and I have as well. And when I saw the gifting economy just over a year ago, beginning of last year, I found that it ticked a lot of boxes, which were problems in online businesses and online platforms. Now, this isn't a business, this is a gifting economy. But let's just apply some basic principles of business, which is economy. Okay? In the end, you're here because you want to make extra cash flow. And that's exactly what Thandy wants to do, exactly what I want to do. We help ourselves, then we're helping the community at the same time. So let's see if it's worthwhile actually doing this. So we're going to be sharing numbers, exactly what Thandy said. To start off with, there's two basic requirements that everybody needs to do. Like with anything in life, what you put in is what you get out. You don't put anything in, you're not going to get anything out. These get rich quick schemes, the promise of give me $100 and next week you buy a Ferrari, they're scams. They don't work. We're not interested in talking about that. We're interested in talking about real opportunities and real work that needs to get done. But it's not actually work, it's actually great fun. So first thing, $100. The next thing is share it with people. Simple as that. I think we could end the call there. Let's get into the details. If you gift $100 to somebody, is it worth your while? Well, this is the one and only time that money comes out of your own pocket. There's no monthly fees, there's no monthly memberships. As Thandy said, the platform itself holds no money, holds no funds. No portion of your money goes anywhere to Gift of Legacy at all. It's all peer-to-peer. We send money around the world. Cryptocurrencies, airtime, wires, world remit. There's multiple ways. And when I first started, I had to learn how to use these things as well. So if you don't know how to do it, no problem. We'll help teach you on that. That's exactly what we're here to do. Okay, so over the next couple of slides, we're going to be following the yellow circle, which is you, as I take you through these boards. We're going to share this with like-minded people. This isn't anything for social media. This is by invitation. And when it's like-minded people, it means that they're actually going to follow the system. When you have a simple, duplicatable system, people follow it. So we've got 4 boards that I'm going to take you through. $100, $400, $1,600, and a $5,000. Now you'll notice that we speak about dollars being the base currency. Around the world, the dollar is still deemed, at the moment, it could be changing very soon, or possibly is, dollar is seen as the main world currency, and we all understand the exchange rate into your local currency. So in South Africa, you just transfer that into rands in order to understand the value for you personally. But when you are giving and receiving gifts, we do it based upon the US dollar at your exchange rate at that time. So if you're sending $100 to somebody, you make sure that they are receiving $100 and you've covered any costs that there may be. And just the same way as if you give somebody a gift for Christmas or their birthday, it includes the wrapping paper, and you don't say, listen, here's your gift, but you owe me $10 for the wrapping paper. That wouldn't go down too well. So you're going to see some big numbers on the screen here. I'm going to break down to see, are they actually viable and real? Now, I've been in many, many different businesses, and all too often we're shown these big numbers, and in reality, it's very few who achieve them. And you have to do a massive amount of networking and marketing in order to be able to get there. So let's see if this environment is different, and you'll answer that yourself. This is an example of a board. A board is made up of left and right hemisphere, and you'll see there's gifters, builders, guide, and then the legend. So the gifter is the people who join. The legend is the one who they gift. What's the goal? To go from gifter to legend so that you can receive. As with anything in life, when you give, you receive. Here you're going to give $100. When you become a legend, and I'll show you how the process works now, you will then receive $800. Now, from a business perspective, that's a pretty decent return. So let's see how it works. When you first join, it's a very simple process. Thandy's taking you through it. The computer system connects the gifter and the legend, sharing their information. So the gifter will then contact the legend. The legend can contact the gifter. And you agree on how the fund is to move, the gifts. So you're going to join and you're going to gift the legend $100. So you're never actually losing your money because you know who it goes to. They're ever grateful for having received it because it helps uplift their lives. So you're helping another human being who is like-minded to you. 8 gifters join a board. As every board is the same structure, 8 gifters join. In this time, $800 goes to the legend. Now, something truly magical happens. See, once the board is filled, it splits. The legend goes off the top. So if you're a person sitting here going, it's one of those pyramid schemes. Well, a pyramid scheme means the person sits at the top and rakes in all the money all the time, and the bottom just gets wider and wider and wider. In this case, it doesn't happen. The widest it can get is 8. Then the legend goes off the top, and I'll show you where the legend goes shortly. You are then going to move to a builder position, the next one. What is your goal as a builder? Your goal is to follow what has happened to you. So the person who brought you in, introduced you, showed you what to do. You are now going to bring in a minimum of 2. That's the second thing you have to do. $100 once off ever is the first thing. The second is shared with 2 like-minded people. Now you're going to share it with multiple more than 2, but you're going to introduce 2 who are going to join. They're then going to gift the legend, as are 6 other people. So there's 8 in total on this board. Once that happens, the board splits again. You become a guide. What's a guide's role? A guide's role is to help the builders, the 2 people they introduced or that you introduced, how they introduce theirs. You see, as a guide, you've learned some new skills. You've learned how to present this to people, not actually presenting the whole thing. That's why we're here to do this for you, but to say, come on board, listen to some people. There's a very interesting thing I found. Maybe sharing a 7-minute overview, a very brief one to catch their attention. What happens now? Well, the builder's going to introduce their 2 people. It's the power of 2. That is all that it is, the power of 2. Once the board is filled, you have the magical opportunity of becoming a legend. So you're now going to sit back Take a deep breath and go, I've done the work. I've taught my 2 people who are now guides how to bring in theirs. They're going to now help their people bring in their 2. And so you sit here receiving $800 in gifts. How powerful is that? But there's one thing that's very, very important. You see, all $800 isn't yours. Some of it is. But in order for any opportunity, any system, any economy to work, we need to be sharing in the flow of money. So you're looking after $400. You see, $400 is needed to get onto the second board, but it's not coming directly out of your pocket. It's actually coming from gifts that you've received. You join the $400 board, and you're going to join the $100 perpetual board. This is where it becomes very interesting. You see, perpetual income is what we're actually looking for. When I stopped working in hospitality, all my jobs, and I'm sure you found the same thing as well, your boss stopped paying you. That sucks. It's not actually right. It's not fair. I did all the work. Now you stop paying me. Well, what if you could introduce 2, help them introduce 2, and multiply that? So you're doing the work once off. You join a perpetual board, and you continue to receive from the fruits of your work. In the end, quick bit of maths, you would have worked out that you're left with $300 in your pocket. That's a 200% increase. $100 in, 300 is what you got out. Not a bad start, but it's not life-changing. That's why we want to move over to the next board. We keep the money flowing. That way we don't have a recession. This is what happens in a perpetual board. You see, you're already on a $400 board. So the next time you've gone through the process, exactly the same, from a gifter to a guide, to a builder, to a guide, to legend, each person coming onto a $100 perpetual board has come off other boards. You're now keeping $700 over and over and over again, perpetually, to infinity. Now that number starts making a difference. I've been there, got that. Thank you very much. And continuing to do it. But now let's have a look at how the numbers grow as we grow. $400 gives you entry. That's what you're going to gift the legend on the silver board, which is the second one. At the end of it, you're going to be gifted $3,200. Now the numbers start making a difference. You're going to hold back, as you did on the $100 board. You're going to hold back some of this money because that's going to be gifted on to the next board to get you access to the following board. This is where the numbers start to change dramatically. You're going to hold $400 back to get on a perpetual board. So now you're on a $100 perpetually going over and over and over. You're now on a $400 perpetual board. And this time you're keeping $1,200. Does $1,200 start making a difference in your life? Maybe. But is it life-changing? We want life-changing money. It's so exciting. Once you've already been onto the $1,600 board and you've cycled on a $400 board, I've done this. And now you're keeping $2,800 over and over and over again. That's a great number. Now you're on the $1,600 board. Here's what happens. $12,800. This is where we start to get gift of legacy insomnia, because the numbers are what's keeping you up at night as you're now starting to realize you can actually start fulfilling your dreams. But you're not firing your boss yet. Not yet. Soon, but not yet. $12,800 is what you gifted. $5,000 you're going to hold back for the next board. Only $5,000. Wow, that's a lot of money. Yes. But imagine what the numbers are going to be like on the $5,000 board. $1,600 is what you're going to keep aside. In fact, today I sent somebody in Sweden $1,600 in cryptocurrencies. It's amazing how exciting it actually gets. And it's like a big boost when you're actually gifting somebody $1,600. $5,000. Because if you're doing that, it means that you're keeping $6,200 in your pocket. That starts to make a difference in your life. Doesn't matter what country you are in the world, $6,200 extra in your pocket at the end of a 1,600 cycle starts being different. Now, once you are going over the perpetual boards on a $1,600 and you're no longer needing to gift the 5,000 because you're already on it. This is your third perpetual board. You're on the 100 perpetual board. That's ticking over and over, giving you cash flow, giving you gifts. You're receiving gifts and then you're handing back $100. You're receiving, you're giving back $100. Well, on this, it's 11,200 over and over and over again. I'll just pause for emphasis on that number. $5,000 gives you entry onto the fourth board. $40,000, that's 8 by 5,000. When you're a legend, and I know multiple people, I'm not there yet, but I'm going to be here very soon. I know multiple people who are already receiving $5,000 gifts. That's 75,000 Rand. A lot of people work a year to earn 75,000 Rand. It's a lot of money. This is life change. You've now completed the cycle. There are no further boards. So you're only, and I say only, holding back $5,000, but this time you're keeping $35,000 in your pocket. $35,000. Now, I was asked this morning, how long does it take to get there? Well, it depends what you put in. The only way you can influence the speed of any of these boards is through the focus on the $100. That's the only time you bring in people. But you bring in multiples and bring in more than 2 to help speed up what's called your lineage, as everybody you bring in follows you through and everybody then gets sucked up. Quite amazing how this whole algorithm and system works, that nobody's going to be forgotten about. You do the work, you replicate that. Now you've got $35,000 every time you're cycling off a $5,000 board. So here's the thing. If that takes you 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, $35,000 every time you cycle off, that's a huge amount of cash flow. Now you're getting multiple streams of income because you're not only on all these perpetual boards, and here's the numbers. Take a screenshot if you want, just to remind yourself. Print it up, stick it on the ceiling in your bedroom. So when you're lying in bed at night, you're visualizing this, you're dreaming about what is entirely possible. These are big numbers, and that's where a gift of legacy insomnia comes in. So to participate, you've got to be generous. You've got to help people. You need to be able to give and then also to receive. You gift $100 once off, you share it with 2 like-minded people, they join, and they then multiply that 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. $42,700 and $49,700 once you're going through the perpetual boards. Now, can you see that everybody can achieve this? It's only a matter of what you put in is what you get out, and a matter of time. So I'm going to hand you back now to Thandy, who's going to wrap up some of the very important pointers for you to understand and realize that this is legitimate and real. Those who follow the system will benefit. Thandy.
Oh, very true, very true. Excellent numbers. I don't know. It's either I watched the presentation or I did a presentation, but I can't get hold enough of those numbers. They're still amazing. Like Tim says, it's either it can take 3 months, 6 months, even a year. That 49,700, it's a lot of money. So it doesn't matter whether you are in dollars, you're from the US or in any country that amongst the 93 countries, it's still a lot of money. It can change a lot of people's lives. I believe so. It can change my life a lot. I'm sure it can do the same with you, Tim.
Without questions, it's but I don't want to get caught up on these big numbers. Let's start everybody on $300 and $700, and then you find that your mind then grows into the amount of money, and so then you can start.
Definitely. Maybe you're asking yourself to say, is it doable? There must be that hair in the soup. It is doable. Like you had Tim is just gifted somebody 1,600 in crypto outside this country. So it is doable. It is possible if we follow the system. I'm just going to take you through the guidelines so that you know what is required of you. So in order to advance from the bronze board to the rest of the board, you are required to invite 2. Just to join 2. So if you do not follow these guidelines, you will not be able to advance to the silver board. We call it a $400 board, and you will also not have access to the bronze. You heard myself talk about perpetual, and also Tim mentioned perpetual board as well. So to activate your perpetual board, you will need to follow the guidelines that apply to the first cycle, which is the one I just read. When you become the legend of the board, and the 8 gifters have been confirmed, you will then be able to access your perpetual board. So this allows you to become a gifter again on the board with the same value as the one you just finished, as well as you become the legend of the board again. This cycle can be repeated perpetually. So remember, do not require more people once you advance. So when you move to the perpetual board, so you don't have to introduce 2 in every board that you go into. So the only money you ever took out of your pocket was your unconditional gift of $100 to the legend on your board. I can't stress this enough. As a gifter, you'll be gifting the person on your board as a legend only, from the gifter to the legend on the same board. So why gift of legacy? Maybe you're asking yourself, what is so special? So you had Tim mention that he lost money as well in a lot of them. I'm sure you did. I did. You know, so what is so special about the gift of legacy? Let me tell you, because there's no hair in the soup. This is as clean as it gets. So what makes it very unique is user-friendly. You will have a unique personal profile, which is informative and easy to use. Everything you need is to succeed is right on your fingertips. Fail-safe system, and its gift of legacy has various methods in their algorithm that keeps the board moving. It's an innovative algorithm. This is a groundbreaking algorithm that takes care of the new participant while rewarding the existing one. So through the cross-pollination and all the perpetual boards activates in a global pool with the entire GL community. It's a global community. Please be kind to one another. Have patience and understanding for cultural difference. We come from different countries. You heard about we are global. So we need to learn to be sensitive in how we communicate with other people. English is not our first language, especially a lot of countries, but you need to learn how to communicate with others. So it's not limited to 2 invitees. Each profile must have a minimum of 2 invitees in order to progress through the board, although there's no limit to the amount of people you can invite to the GL community. So the sky is the limit, so you can invite as many as you want. So we are privileged to have a team support, and it's available at our giftoflegacyglobal.com. And we also have a live chat that will answer all your questions you may have pertaining the gift of legacy. So also we have fast track that I will explain in details in the next slide. So what is the fast track? We're talking about when you move from $100 bot to the $400 bot and so on. So you must remember, you cannot start from the 5,000. Every participant start from the $100 bot. So when you start there, so remember I've mentioned that you invite 2, but if you wanna move to the $400 bot, which is our silver bot, so you need to have 4 confirmed invitees to unlock that bot. If you wanna move to the $1,600 bot, which is our gold bot, you need to have at least 6 confirmed invitees. So from there, if you wanna move to 5,000, then you need 8 confirmed invitees in order for you to unlock that board. So just an important thing that you need to put into consideration is you share gift of legacy with like-minded, like-hearted people only. People that really you share the same sentiment, people that like growing together, people that will put the same effort that you put in. So remember, you don't promote this on social media. It's really not permitted, because you have the privilege to have the presentation and inviting people to come and join and listening to all the presentation, because you cannot explain exactly what other presenters can explain. So no filling in spaces. All the invitees need to duplicate the system so that the bot can maintain the momentum. So bring the magic builder, not the space filter. No inviting 2-year-old, 4-year-old. So inviting, like I said earlier, you invite like-minded people that will grow together, will duplicate. You need to duplicate yourself. So be the messenger, not the message. Invite people to the Zoom, allowing the presenters to explain the system to you. So at least those people, they have to come at least three meetings. So you are privileged to have presenters, different presenters every day, Monday, Tuesday until Friday. So different presenters, different technique, you know, we understand them differently, you might understand. So do not start, just listen to one. You need to change so that you can understand it better. And also, follow the AIDA step-by-step system. So it's a training that has been done by Chris and Candice. So go into the YouTube, you'll find it there. You'll learn a lot about the objectives, a lot of things there that will help you how to respond mostly when you have challenges.
Whoa. Gone too fast. I've let the cat out the bag.
Okay. So I think you can tangle that one, Tim.
Hey, no problem. Thank you very much. So if you're here for the first time, I remember when I saw this for the first time, maybe it was the same for you, Thandy. There's so much new information, and it's a new way of thinking and a whole new paradigm in the flow of money. And you may be sitting here going, wow, I didn't really get that. Well, I'd recommend exactly what Thandy says, is you're going to come back again. So in closing for now, it's important to understand there are no guarantees. The success and failure is entirely up to you. Follow the ethical principles of GL, and then we can all succeed. If not, well, then this environment isn't for you. Please make sure that you do comply with tax laws in your own country. We're not here to try and get away with not paying taxes and saying it's a gift and it's whatever needs to be paid, pay it. Make sure that you understand that you actually want to stay out of jail and be compliant. It's decentralized. We've been through that. Understanding no third party, and for me that was a critical one, is that I wanted to be fully in control of my money, and being peer-to-peer means exactly that. So you're joining Gift of Legacy by a third party or a package, you do at your own risk. That's not necessary. It absolutely is not. And it actually breaks the system of what we have, is that if you're relying on somebody else to do it for you, then you're not going to be the one benefiting, they are. So it's 100% peer-to-peer. No funds on the platform. The registration is pure and simple, as Thandy has said, and all gifts always go directly from participant to participant. They're from the gifter to the legend. That's the way that it operates. Now, Thandy has told you that we're in 93 countries and growing around the world, because there are no limitations on border. Here's what was announced today. Now, when we launched just over 8 weeks, it was 8 weeks ago, Thandy, wasn't it? When we launched,
actually, today is the 10th, so we launched on the 10th of January. So
wow, 2 months. In 2 months.
Celebrating, you're supposed to celebrate.
It's a huge celebration, and not only that, it's a huge celebration. When we launched with 7,900 members. That's how we kick-started. Yeah. Well, as of today, there's over 100,000 people globally. Whoa. Can you get that number?
Oh, goodness, just in 2 months.
In 2 months. In 2 months. That is where there's a need around the world. And I often speak about people's why and reason. Well, we all need cash flow. Have a look what's going on in the world. Have a look at the economies of the world. If you've got the opportunity to go to your boss and say, I need a 25% pay increase because that's how much my expenses have gone up this year. Good luck. That's not going to happen. Yeah. So perhaps what you need is another income stream on the side of your job or your business. That's what the program is about here. So that at some point, like Thandy's goal, to be financially free, at some point, you can then turn around to your boss and you say, boss, I've got an eye problem. I don't want to work here anymore.
Yeah.
And you then can go. But you want to make sure you've got plenty of income streams going. So there's a demand. We're seeing that there's a need for this. Share it, grow it. How do you share? Have a look at this. Take a screenshot. I always say to people, take a screenshot of this.
Yeah.
Because as Thandy said, Monday to Friday, we're here, different presenters. Saturday's training. Oh, this Saturday training. Have you seen that, Thandy? We've got to promote that. Petra's training on Saturday.
Yay.
It's wow, to help with the stuckness in here. Our challenge is always the 6 inches between our ears. Whether you're part of the
team, that guys, those presenters, trainers, they're doing it out of their own heart. No one is getting paid here. So they're taking their time to plan all of that because they love you. They care for you.
Exactly. We're all of the support team, Thandy, myself, any presenters. We're just part of the community, but we just love what we've got here, and we just want to help share it. So if you want to join as being part of the community to support and go for it, and you've got some training, please put your hand up. Come to us. More than welcome. And so the Saturday training, even if you're part of the community or not, join it. It really helps move what's going on in your head forward. Then there's presentations, different languages. You can see there's 3 official channels. I would say one of the most important is the testimonial one. You can hear stories from real people about their journey. That's very, very uplifting. And then the info one is where you're going to get all the Zoom links for the different languages and presentations. Again, take a screenshot. If German is your first language, or Spanish or Italian, we've got those covered as well. Multiple different languages as it grows. If you see that you are from a country, or you know people in the country that's not presented, get back to some of the leadership. Let's get it in the country, and because that's exactly how we grow. So Thandy,
I just want to thank everyone. Thank you for joining us, especially those who join us for the first time. I just want to send a message to a person invited and thank them. I like saying that out of 1,000 people in their contact list, they chose you to be part of this. So it's quite amazing, and also I still say we are in the best community where we appreciate and love one another. Do not stop thanking a person that invited you in the first place, because together, like I said, together everyone achieves more. We need to learn to work together. We need to learn to support one another. We'll go far if we work together.
Goes back to that economies working in community, where when we get together as communities, and as you said at the beginning, that's one of the things that's changing in the world's economies at the moment, is that people are going to go back to the communities. And I've seen it as traveling around South Africa. I've seen that. It's the small communities where they're working together are the ones that are thriving. Yeah. And that's exactly what we are.
Yeah, thank you. It was a pleasure, Tim. I know you jumped in the last minutes, but thank you again. It's a pleasure presenting with you. And yeah, we learn every day. We do. And for those 77 people on the call here, I don't know how many are on YouTube as well, please get back to the person that invited you. There's only one question, is how do I start? That's the question. The rest of how it works, you're going to find out while you're busy on the journey. Yeah. I say good night to you all. Wonderful. Tsunami of love. I can't see everybody, but I know they're all there, and we're saying good night. Tomorrow, same time, same place. Yeah. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and join Petra on Saturday for the training. That's a critical part of what we have here. Lovely stuff. Thandy, pleasure. Wonderful sharing the stage with you, and I look forward to doing it again soon. Good night, all. Of love. I don't know. You can unmute everyone. I don't know. Where are we? Let's see. Participants. Where? How do I don't normally do this. Where are we? Unmute all. Where are we? I don't know. Can't. Mute all.
That I can mute everybody, but I can't unmute. Where are we? Ask all to unmute. There you go. You're welcome to unmute yourselves and say goodnight.
Bye.
Bye-bye, team. Bye-bye, Thandy. Thandy, bye.
Bye-bye from Finland.
Bye-bye, team. Bye-bye, team. Bye, team. Bye, Chrissy. Bye, Thandy.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Sleep well, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.